Hello students, in this today's video lecture of engineering graphics, we'll try to draw one more method of ellipse. We are discussing conic sections, okay, under which we have a discussion on eccentric method of drawing an ellipse, then concentric method of drawing an ellipse. Now I would like to focus on one more important method, which is a rectangular method. Now we have seen eccentric method. In the eccentric method, as we discussed, he may give you a ratio. You can identify a problem or a drawing just by looking at the ratio, whether it is 2 by 3 parts or 3 by 2 parts or 1 part, what that you could discuss. Now in case of concentric, they will give you major and minor axis. Similarly, in case of rectangular method also, they'll try to give major and minor axis, capital D and small d. Nothing else will be given to you. Based on that major and minor axes, you need to develop the model. Fine. Now if that is the case, how to draw a rectangular method? The name itself indicates. I'll give you a rough sketch. The rectangular method is going to be something like this. We need to construct a rectangle by using major and minor axis. This acts as major, this acts as minor. Try to divide horizontally into 2 parts, vertically also into 2 parts. Divide the rectangle, major, minor, into 4 different segments, equal segments. Then this half or else this half, right half or left half of the vertical. Try to name it for your understanding. Let us consider this as AB, this as CD. Okay, this half, right or left half, let us consider the center as O, AO. I'll try to divide this AO into number of segments. Okay. Maybe for example 1, 2, 3. Similarly, I'll try to divide this half, which is OC, or this particular corner half, into 3 segments, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now this here, if you consider each division 1 is not equivalent to this particular A1 prime. Let us consider this as I said, this as 1, 2, 3. This, let us consider this as 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime. Now I'll just confirm one thing. A1, whatever we have considered, A1, this A1 is not equivalent to A1 prime. This is the mistake students will perform in general. A1 is not at all equivalent to A1 prime. Similarly, A2 is also not equivalent to. It doesn't mean that, for example, I have divided this into 3 segments, this also into 3 segments. But here the distance is more. Here the distance is very much less, because this is minor, this is major. When the distance is higher here, the division value is higher. Similarly, here the distance is very much less, so the value is going to be less. So these two will never be equal. You can divide this AO also into, for example, 5 segments also. You can make it to 6 segments, you can make it to 10 segments. It all depends on the wish. More you divide, more number of control points you are going to get. It becomes easy for you to join them all with a freehand, because ultimately we are going to join the complete ellipse with freehand only. So if you create more number of points, it becomes easy for you to join. That is the only intention. Now better, it all depends, like if you go up to 3 or 5 divisions, it will be okay. You can make your sketch properly. Now after these divisions, try to join with the help of a drafter or a scale. Try to join meeting this D1, for example, I'll try to join these 3. 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime with C. I'll try to join something like this. I'll use some other. Now complete construction has to be done with the help of 2H pencil only. 1 prime with C, 2 prime with C, 3 prime with C. Once this is done, draw a straight line passing through D1, D2, D3. Okay. Now I'll try to draw a line passing through D1. I'll try to take the extension of this until it meet the inclination of 1 prime C, and D2 until it meet the 2 prime C, D3 until it meet the 3 prime C. Let us consider this point as P1, this as P2, this as P3. This is P1, P2, P3. Okay, join A, P1, P2, P3, you are going to get a quarter curve of that particular complete ellipse. This is next half, next quarter, and other 2 quarters, next other half. Okay, you can develop it. Okay, I'm going to construct the same in general practice. Have a look. Before that, we'll try to, the line need to pass through, you need to connect C you need to connect C with 1 prime, comma 2 prime, comma 3 prime, 1, 2, 3. Similarly, you need to draw a line, straight line passing through D and 1 prime C line. Similarly, D, 2 and 2 prime C line, and D, 3 prime C line. Okay, already you are having 3 lines, no? One is 1 prime C, 2 prime C, 3 prime C. You will get a point called P1, P2, P3 over it. Okay, I'm going to construct the same here. Let us consider a question by rectangular method. We are trying to develop by rectangular method, okay, of drawing an ellipse. If this is the case, what we need to do? Let us consider capital D given is again 150 mm. We'll consider this as 150 mm and small d as 80 mm. This is your problem. Construct an ellipse by using a rectangular method. Major minors are given. When major minor given, concentric is also possible, but our question is about rectangular method. Okay. I'll try to draw a horizontal of length 150 mm. I'll try to draw simple horizontal of 150 mm and draw one vertical. This is horizontal, vertical I'll extend bit. This is complete 150, 80 means 40 on either side of the horizontal and 75 on either side of the vertical. Let us name this as A, this as C and D. Now draw a line parallel to AB at C and D. Draw a line parallel to AB at C and D. Okay, passing through that particular point. I'm taking a reference. Now I'm not using any scale, so I'm trying to estimate myself. It should pass through C and it should be parallel to AB also, something like this. Okay, similarly parallel to AB passing through a point D and a vertical parallel to CD where you are going to get a. If you use a drafter, this sketch becomes very simple. As I'm drawing with freehand, it will take some time. Just to make you understand, I'm drawing with a simple freehand sketches. Okay, the meeting point between AB and CD, let us consider this O. Now as I said, I'm trying to divide this AO into number of divisions. I'll try to divide AO into 3 parts or 5 parts, it all your wish. I'll try to make it into 3 parts. Now this is complete thing is 75 divided by 3. Whatever the value you'll get, with that value try to divide this into number of segments. 1, 2, 3 parts, 1, 2 divisions. Okay. If I take 3 or 5 points, it becomes clumsy. That is the reason, to make you understand, I'm taking only 2 points. Fine, you can make it, but in actual practice when you draw in your examination or in regular practice in your lab in your college, you'll try to divide this into 5 divisions. It all depends on the value of major and minor. As of now, I'm dividing this into 2 segments. I'll divide this also into 2 segments, or else we'll try to make it 3. I have taken 3, no? I'll try to make this 3 for your better understanding. I'll consider this as 1, this point, this as 1, this point as 2. Let us cross check. This is 3. Similarly, 1, 2, 3. If this is 1, 2, 3, this is becomes 1 prime, 2 prime and 3 prime. Now try to join this 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime with C as we have seen here. This with C, this also with C, and the third also with C. Okay, as we have discussed earlier. Now try to draw a straight line passing through D1 1 prime C, D1 1 prime C. Okay, try to draw a straight line passing through it. Now the line is something like this. It will pass through. It will touch somewhere. Try to draw. Now as I'm drawing with freehand, it is a bit complicated, but when you use a drafter or a scale, it becomes easy. Okay. This is first line, second line passing through number 2 up to 2, 1C. Third line passing through C up to third line 3 prime C. Now when I draw a straight line from D1 1 prime C, this is the point I got, which I'll try to name it as P1. D2 2 prime C, P2 is the intersection I got. D3 prime C, P3 is the intersection I got. In a similar fashion, you need to divide this segment into 3 parts, join all the segments with C, followed by a straight line. You need to divide this also into 3 segments OB and try to draw a straight line. You will get 3 points, 3 more points, which you can name it as this. Let us consider this point as P4 and upcoming 3 points are 5, 6, 7. Instead of doing that, what you could do is you can straight away align your drafter to the horizontal and draw a locus from here, P3. From P3, draw a locus up to infinite distance. From P2 also draw one more locus up to some infinite distance. some P1 also, draw one more locus up to some infinite distance. Also you can continue up to the vertical. You can continue up to this vertical, not a problem. But everything has to be drawn with 2H pencil only. Similarly, I'll try to draw vertical locus lines also up to the horizontal. Okay. No need to erase the extensions later also, not a problem. You can keep them the way it is. Now try to join A, P1, P2, P3 and P4. Okay, with HB pencil, which is a dark pencil. Okay, something like this. You got quarter half. Okay, after getting this quarter half, whatever the extensions or locuses you have drawn, measure a distance from this vertical, wherever this horizontal is intersecting, from this vertical point, from this point. Okay, from here to P3, measure the distance of point to P3. This has center, make a mark. This distance should be equivalent to this distance. Similarly, from the center to P2, from this point to P2, measure a distance. From here again, make a mark on the vertical. This distance should be equivalent to this distance. Similarly, from here to P1, make a mark. This should be equivalent to this one. Now, these 3 points are nothing but after P4, you are going to get P5, 6 and P7. Okay, join them all with the help of HB pencil. Okay, now from here to this point, from here to something like this. This is your ultimate curve. Okay, second quarter portion you got. Fine. Now in a similar fashion, what I try to do is from this intersection, this vertical locus, this is one intersection, 2, 3. If you want, you can name this one, these centers also. Let us name it as center 1, center 2, center 3. From center 1, you can measure this distance and make a mark. Similarly, measure this distance, make a mark. From here, measure this vertical distance up to P2, then make a mark. Similarly, from here, make a mark. Draw locus from here also, vertical and one more vertical. Then again, measure this distance from here and this point, this distance, and make a mark. Similarly, from here, this distance should be equivalent to this distance. This should be equivalent to this distance. Now, with the help of HB pencil, I'll try to join them with a freehand. You have to join with a single stroke, something like this. Similarly, this half. This is how you need to develop an ellipse. Now our ultimate aim is to develop an ellipse, only that has to be darkened. After P7 is going to P8, P9, P10, P11, sorry, P12, this becomes P13 and P14, P15 and this becomes P16. The point A becomes P16. This is how you need to develop an ellipse, and only the ellipse blue sketch has to be darkened. That has to be drawn with HB pencil. All other construction, numbers or letters need to be with HB pencil. All other with 2H pencil. After complete construction, you have to give dimensions. What is the width or a minor given? What is a major given? Then followed by all dimensions are in millimeters. This is very much important again, because we are not going to specify whether we are following inches, centimeters or millimeters anywhere on the sketch. So you need to specify here at the end of your sketch. Okay, this is the method we are going to implement. This method is called as a rectangular method. Some cases they may ask you to draw an ellipse by using rectangular method. In such case, you need to draw this, followed by few construction steps if you feel comfortable, if you have time in the examination. Construction steps in sense, what is the center you are going to maintain, what is the radius you are going to take, that is also important. For example, how you got this point P5, how to get this P5 intersection. How you get this P5 intersection means C1 acts as center and C1 P3 is radius. C1 P3 is radius, C1 as center, I'll cut it. Similarly, C2 P2, C3 P1, these are all radiuses, different radiuses. Okay. If you consider C1, C2, C3 in a reverse order, everything will be much simpler to understand. So similarly, this distance should be equal to this distance. I'll try to make a mark here so that you'll understand. Now this distance is equivalent to this distance. This is equivalent to this distance. Okay, similarly other. Similarly, this vertical, this half is equal to this half is equal to this half. Similarly, this half is equal. But don't draw in the examination, just to make you understand I have drawn this. Similarly, this half is also equal to this half. Everything has to be drawn symmetrically without any confusion, with all the dimensions, with all the specifications. Okay. Now one more important point to be noted here is it is not compulsory always to divide the segments into 3. The segments you can divide 5 also, maybe 6 also, maybe 4 also, it all depends. If you divide this AO into 4 parts, if AO is 4 parts or 5 parts or 6 parts, then this particular distance OC, or else this complete vertical has to be same. I'll write it here. OC also should be divided into 4 parts or 5 or 6. I am considering this OC because this distance is equal to this distance. Both should be equal. If you make this 5, this 3, or this 5, this 2, it doesn't work out. Equal segments are very much important in case of this particular rectangular method. Okay. Bit confusing, bit clumsy. If you have any doubts, you can specifically ask me in the comment box. You can put your questions and queries. Thank you for now.